Who are you?
I'm Liz DeVries.
I'm Carl DeVries.
I'm Zach DeVries.
Hi, I'm Jess DeVries.
How do I know you?
We're your parents.
Jack DeVries is our son.
Jack's our little brother.
All right, state your name and how long you've been married.
We've been married 30, going on 39 years.
We've been married coming up on 18 years in September.
What are the most important characteristics that assist in making a marriage last?
I would say respect, love, humbleness, putting your spouse and her needs first, um, making sure things are taken care of, that needs are met, and supporting your spouse.
I think obviously love and devotion for each other is important, but I think also learning to be selfless and learning to be able to forgive each other. Otherwise, things occur and rise up, and if you can't be selfless and love each other and forgive each other, you can't really grow and move on. So.
Agreed on all that. I was going to say trust and forgiveness, and just being rooted in Christ, having the same foundation, having that respect for each other, that love for each other. But again, all that essentially is rooted in Christ.
What is the importance of having a relationship with Christ for a marriage?
It teaches you how to treat other people.
Christ or God created family, created marriage, created man and woman. So he has a specific design for relationships, and when those are followed, we both have our roles, and it makes a lot of it makes harmony, basically.
I mean, I think Christ is the center of everything, even individually. Without Christ, there's no true hope or love in our lives, and I think that's also the center point of our marriage. Is without Christ, we don't have either of those.
And also the order of marriage. The Lord made marriage is a gift, it's good, but there's an order. Zach is the head of our home, and then as his wife, it's my job to love, respect him, submit. It's his job to love me as Christ loved the church and laid his life down for her. So again, it's not that we are unequal, it's we have different roles. And I think that is so important, knowing that in a marriage.
How does a marriage relationship change throughout its duration?
Oh, well. I think it's it's a process. You're always changing and growing. It changes because of jobs, changes, children come along, parents die, just children grow up. It's always changing. Something is always changing in your home, in your relationship.
But at the same time, your values don't change. So it's a matter of being consistent in the way you treat each other. But as you get older and wiser, you know what each other likes and dislikes, and you probably end up catering to those aspects and enjoying things that you like doing together. And then if there's things you don't do together, you learn to respect that as well.
I mean, marriage changes with age and maturity, with career changes, friend changes, children come along, and that changes the dynamic. So we personally, I feel like we've gone through all of that. Just
And then some.
I mean, that's just life is always changing. So your marriage always, adapts and changes with that. So
Yes, agree fully. It's like what doesn't change your marriage? There's always tests internally as two sinners come together and you are learning about each other and working through your own sin, each other's sin, and then also you are constantly going through changes externally, like outside of your marriage, and being hit with multiple different situations, like Zach listed, like whether it's moving, work, other family things, and just
Hmm.
so many things can challenge a marriage. But again, over time and through those trials, that is why it's so important to be rooted in Christ, because He is the foundation of your marriage. He's the foundation, and just that steadfast anchor through everything that you face.
Guys experiences, events, or situations that challenge a marriage.
I think we pretty much covered that, and
Well, when we first got married, I think we
changes.
had every stress we could have. New job, a new baby on the way, a new house, a new city. We were moving,
There was a death in the family
death.
shortly after.
So, and then that's why you kind of rely on each other. But yeah, I would say, and financial, I think finances and children are probably the first
Most
are
stressful.
the most stressful because they change everything. And so you got to plan and how you plan and how you, and you got to do what you got to do to make things work.
But you always have to keep your eyes on Jesus. It's the key.
What advice do you have for me in choosing a spouse?
Oh.
Well, maybe you should give advice to the person you're thinking. I would say you want to pick someone who's like your mom. Well, someone you respect, someone you're a friend with first, someone who's intelligent, and that they have faith in God.
Get yourself a conservative woman who loves the Lord, that is nurturing, kind, patient, sweet, encouraging, funny, but all those things are so important because not only would you see her, Jack, as like your wife or someone that you'd like want to date and then marry, but she will be a mother one day, and that's so important. And then also a grandmother. And so just realizing that it's not about looks. Like, yes, looks are involved and attraction and stuff, but that is fleeting. Those things come and go. It is the substance of a person, the character, and how much they love the Lord first, and how much they would, yeah, love the Lord first before anything else.
Yeah, I think you have to find someone with those same core values that you have. Uh, Otherwise, if you don't have Christ as your anchor in your marriage, you're destined to, float around